Next week, we're going to Orlando, Florida. My wife's telling me, maybe you can get a haircut before we leave.
I don't think so.
I'm getting a haircut. So here's the thing. So I'm trying to do a review, Cinematic Studio Woodwinds. It's a big library, so I thought of something. What if instead I do a series of short videos about each instrument, each patch? Flute, the oboe, a series of videos. One second. Light. I'm getting tired to carry this guy around all the room. I could stay in the same spot all the time, but I'm not good at talking. And so, whenever this happens, I just cut and move somewhere else. I could edit this video and do jump cuts. I'm an introvert. I don't talk much in front of people. I can do just fine in front of a camera. I've taught a lot. I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher all my life. My parents were teachers. I'm a musician. I'm a composer. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a lot of things, as you can see. But I would love to feel comfortable talking when I'm around people. So for all you introverts around the world, do YouTube. You can fake it. Now this would be the exact time where I would grab the camera and go somewhere else. But I kind of like this setting, and the lighting, it works. Also, I'm trying to adjust the camera to be a little bit brighter. In general, I have it like this here, and that's supposed to be the right exposure. But lately, I'm bringing this up a little bit. I'm watching other more professionally produced videos, and they tend to look a little bit brighter. I guess it's like music. I think it's like compressing and maximizing and making it sound louder. There's always a limit, but in general, my videos look a little bit darker. I think they are well exposed, but whatever. Let's continue. So back to the topic on hand. Yes, I will do a review on that library, but between the first impressions and the review, I think here in the middle there's a lot to talk about. So here's what I'd like to do. I'm not an expert, I haven't done many reviews, but this is the idea that I've got. Maybe it's stupid, but I'm gonna have a first impressions video that I already posted, a conclusions, this is the review, the official review. It's sort of like the conclusions, what I think about the library. And here in the middle, I'm gonna have a series of very boring videos tackling each one of the patches. Here's why. If I had to do a proper review of this library, or a library like this, it would take me 6 hours.
6 hours?
Well, maybe not 6, but 2. Long video. I don't want to waste your time. So I'm gonna divide it. So in case that you wanna, I'm wondering how does the flute sound for this specific library. Boom, you've got Cinematic Studio Woodwinds, flute, one video. And I'm gonna do 3 things in each one of these videos. Also, I noticed that these review videos get me more views. So that's why also I'm doing more of this. Also, we're gonna give away this library in cash, $400 in cash to one of our subscribers. So subscribe now, because we're gonna give it away after I publish the final conclusions review video of this library. So the 3 things, I shared this idea with the team. It's like, I'm gonna do a series, blah, blah, blah. What do you think? Is it a good idea? Is it dumb? Is it boring? And they said, it can work, but you have to do 3 things. First, you have to show the patch. Okay, yeah, makes sense. 2, you have to compare it with another library. Makes sense, that is useful, because it gives you a little bit of context. I agree, I did that when I did the first impression. 3, put it in context. 100%, yes, let's do that. And I thought also as a 4th thing, in each one of the instruments, orchestration tips, like oboe, for example, works great in combination, blah, blah, blah. I'll do that as well. Let's get started. I have a problem. I have to show the pads, but I loaded them in BE Pro. So let me just arrange the screen a little bit. Cubase BE Pro. Very good. Okay, Piccolo. Cinematic Studio Woods. Berlin. Cinematic. Berlin. Cinematic one more time. Berlin. When I'm holding the camera, I can't use this. So that was without velocity crossfading. Now, modulation, expression, breath control, velocity crossfading, volume, vibrato on off. Cinematic Studio. Orchestral tools. I think orchestral tools, the recording of the sample has a little bit more of character. I may like it a little bit better. Orchestral tools. To me, I like the sound of the piccolo as well as the flute. The higher they go in register. I like to hear a little bit more that of the air. That's just me. Cinematic Studio Woods is a little bit more of a pure sound. That's out of context. At the end of the day, what truly matters is how well it works for you. The style of music that you compose and how it blends with the rest of the libraries. Let's do that. Let's put this in context. I'm gonna write something real quick. Violins. So we've got violins 1, 2, viola. Piccolo on top of that. Let's see. Cinematic Studio. I'm gonna be layering the top octave, not up an octave, which would be the typical range for the piccolo, but the same top octave. Then I'm gonna do up an octave, but for now. Okay, now Berlin. Alright, now I'm trying, it's not perfect, but for them both, the cinematic and the Berlin, to be in the same balance compared with the strings. Maybe it's not perfect, but that's what I'm trying to do. Now, up an octave, cinematic, now it's gonna stand out more. Okay, Berlin. Alright, let's go to staccatos. Alright, this is the lowest note. Very different tone. Again, I prefer a little bit Berlin. Berlin is a little bit out of tune though. See, look. Sort of like a quarter tone, something like this. Just for reference, this is cinematic. Berlin. Right? I'm not 100% against out of tune. Usually they say it gives them more realism. I prefer in tune. Don't get me wrong. I prefer them in tune. I was gonna say not a big deal. It's kind of a big deal, but it's the lowest note. Hey. Alright, up an octave. Cinematic. Berlin. Both are a little bit out of tune. You can, like, again, cinematic. One of them, one of the repetitions, it's not a big deal. Whatever. Up an octave. Cinematic. Berlin. Cinematic. Berlin. Up there, higher in register, kind of sound a little bit more similar, and that's where I'm gonna be using them most of the time. In context, all right, so we've got this strings staccato line, that's like this. We've got violins 1 in octaves, 2, and viola. With the piccolo doubling the top octave, cinematic. Orchestral tools. I'm gonna do this one more time. Now I'm gonna place them a little bit hot in the mix, a little bit louder in terms of balance. Cinematic one more time. Orchestral tools. Okay, context. Alright, these are supposed to be short videos, so that's what I'm gonna do. Comparison and context for long notes and short notes, and then just going over the other articulations, just Cinematic Studio woodwinds. So now just gonna go over the trills, flutters, the double tonguing, the measured repetition, and the marcato. So trills. Cool. Flutter tonguing. Cool. Marcatos. Alright, this one is fun. Measured tremolos, double tonguing. Alright, end of the video. A little bit too long. Now I know what I'm doing. The next one's gonna be a little bit shorter. I'm gonna go a little bit more straight to the point. See you tomorrow. Bye.